Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a late March TBR. I'm actually filming this on like the 8th or something like that, and I have been working on this stack of books, but I'm just late getting this video up. But I promised at the beginning of the year I would do better at doing TBRs and wrap-ups. So also stay tuned for my February wrap-up. There were 12 books on my February TBR. I have a lot of buddy reads, as well as I am following along with the roles of Stephanie Book versus TBR Star Hop. It's always linked down below. I just thought it would be fun and a way to mix up my reading. I only read 7 or 8 of those books, but because I'm not personally doing a TBR game, I don't have like a punishment. Maybe I should, but as of right now, I do not. So we do have some rollovers and another month of ginormous buddy reads that I'm really hoping I can get through. As I already mentioned, I have a ton of buddy reads for March. Also, March 14th to the 20th is the Orilium mini readathon, which I will be participating in. And I also have one additional book I need to do to complete my character. I wasn't very mindful about doing that in the extra months that I had since September, but I did read 2 books that fit prompts for the other 2 parts, but I do need my third. I have a themed reading vlog that I'm still not done, which is so embarrassing. That needs to get done this month. And the Spring Into Readathon is March 20th to the 27th. They have a bingo board and it's very open. So I might like loosely participate in that. I have some ideas on books I can read for it, but that's not really going to be a part of this TBR because I haven't fully thought through it. And also I don't typically read a lot in one week. So we'll see whatever I have left on my TBR on March 20th, if I can make a line on their bingo board or not. You can double up, triple up, whatever for their readathon. I don't even know where to start. I think I'm just going to start with the buddy reads and go from there. So in February, I did not get to The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Unfortunately, this is a middle grade and it's less than 400 pages, so I really don't think it's going to be a problem. I did get the audiobook from my library, but it was the BBC one and it sounds like a movie, but I was very lost because they speak very fast and they have an accent I'm not used to, and they skipped a lot. Like I was trying to follow along and it's just the dialogue and a few like background sounds, and it was just, I was too lost. So I returned that to the library and I just need to read this physically. But again, that's fine. This won't take me long at all. And this counts for TBR Star Hop rule number 1, a buddy read. The second rule was a wormhole, which means you randomize I randomized a series to continue. And I got the Dandelion Dynasty, which is fine because I need to read this book this month anyways. This is the second book in the Dandelion Dynasty, The Wall of Storms by Ken Liu. This is a very political or like military based Asian inspired fantasy. The first book, The Grace of Kings, was very, very dense. I gave it like a 2.5, 3 stars, but I've heard that books 2 and 3 are even better, like by far. And book 4 comes out later this year. Stephanie Bookverse is doing a channel read along for this series, and we had February and March to read this book. And of course, in typical Emily fashion, I procrastinated because it's over 850 pages. Not over 850, around the 850 page mark. And I really struggled with The Grace of Kings. So I've been putting off picking this up. Even logically knowing that everyone enjoyed this book more, it still makes me hesitant because I really wanted to enjoy this. But because I didn't even like The Grace of Kings that much, I didn't even buy this book. Like this one's from the library and I need to read it. Role number 3 was a one-word title. I put in Exodus by Kate Stewart. I recently read Flock. I read Flock in February and I'm obsessed with it. I gave it 5 stars. So my husband very kindly bought me the second book because I'm on a book buying ban until I read 10 books off my physical TBR because it's gotten way out of control. Then I can buy a book or two. We'll see. So my husband bought me this so I can continue. This is, again, a second book in a series. We have a lot of series continuations, which is another goal of mine this year. They're all series I started this year, which was not technically the goal, but we're going with it. This is a dark romance series. I don't know how much is spoilery because the back of Flock, I feel like didn't even make sense to the story at all, except for like the prologue, like chapter 1 or something. So I'm just gonna leave it as dark romance. There's some very sexy characters. There's a lot of smutty scenes. So if that's not your thing, I don't think you would like this, but I personally really loved it and I'm very excited to continue. This book is like 100 pages more than the last one. 430 pages, yeah. 90 pages more than the first book, so it's a little chunky. Role number 4 for TBR Star Hop was a book with a white cover. I'm going with Valor by John Gwynne. I need to fit this on. This is the Patreon, Stephanie's Patreon book club pick for March, and it's mostly white. I mean, it's a white spine, mostly white on the back. I'm going with it. I did finally finish Malice, technically at the beginning of March, though I really tried to finish it by the end of February. 5 out of 5 stars. I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much, but they're so big. That's why I put off Malice for so long and I regretted it. And this I want to pick up really soon, but I have to read some books ahead of this. I need to read The Wall of Storms before this. This is actually pretty low, unfortunately, on my March TBR, though it's one of the most anticipated reads because I've heard this one's even better and I loved Malice, so how could it be better? The Faithful and the Fallen series is an epic, pretty dark adult fantasy 4-book series. There's the Bright Star and the Black Sun. It's a big prophecy situation. There is wars and a lot of politics. There's giants and there is very scary, creepy creatures that pretty much gave me nightmares, like the ants. And role number 5, the final one for TBR Star Hop, which is shocking, was like a TikTok book, and Throne of Glass is all over TikTok. So my best friend Rebecca and I are continuing our Throne of Glass, my dust jacket keeps falling off, Throne of Glass buddy read. We started this in January. We're already on Air of Fire. Like, we are picking up the pace, which I'm very excited about. Again, continuing series. Actually, I do need to buy Queen of Shadows, the next one, because I have Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn, but not Queen of Shadows. So I need to do that. So I guess that's going to be the book I buy after I finish 10, huh? Anyways, I'm sure you know what Throne of Glass is about. My friend Rebecca and I are reading 5 chapters a day, and I'm on page 350 already. We did start this at the beginning of the month, but again, I'm filming this late. This is much slower so far, but like tension's building. We're seeing some relationships. So, and something big just happened. We just got into, yesterday we started like part 2, and I think some things are gonna go down. So I'm very excited for this. So that is like the TBR Star Hop portion of my TBR, which again, it's not my game. Stephanie's video is linked down below. I have a hair in my face. I just think it's fun to kind of guide my reading, and also when TBR Star Hop is mean to Stephanie, it pushes me to try and read more, and sometimes I'm pulling books more outside of my comfort zone that I wouldn't necessarily pick or continue series I wasn't planning on continuing straight away. Not so much this month, but other months for sure. Moving on to my Orilium TBR. So like I said, I need to finish my character. I need to finish my background prompt, which was a book set in the forest. So I'm starting another series. This is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I bought this for myself for my birthday. It is much smaller than I thought, which is a fantastic surprise. And this is a Russian folklore-inspired adult fantasy series that many people rave about. I've heard it's a bit slower, especially considering I'm reading like Throne of Glass and The Faithful and the Fallen. So I think this is definitely going to be a much bigger change in pace. It's a wintry fantasy, and I'm craving spring so bad. You guys have seen the gardening content is starting on this channel as well, and the snow is melting. So I want to get to this soon. I mean, that's next week. I'm having like a time crisis. So I'm excited to get to this. I think it's going to be a fast read. My conduit is going to be a bow. And for that, I needed to read a book with hunt or like hunted in the title, the series name, author's name, something like that. I didn't have anything on my shelves. So I went on a hunt. I'm so funny. And I discovered the book Temptation by Ivy Smoke, which is book 1 in the Hunted series. I think this is just a smutty romance kind of book. Again, it's the start of another series, which I really need to stop. I think like starting in April, as much as possible, I'm going to be banging out series finales. But it was on Kindle Unlimited, and it's a relatively short book. Like I think it's one that I can read pretty fast. So that's what I'm reading for Hunted. And then my legacy, I think I have this right, is Order of the Crescent. And for that, I need an animal companion type thing. And that animal needs to be on the cover. And has a wildling background. So that is the forest setting. The hair on my face just won't come off. The province I'm from is Eartheria. My heritage is Earthling and an Earth type Earthling. And my conduit is a bow. My guild's legacy is Order of the Crescent, which means I have a familiar, which is like an animal companion. Now, the animal companion should reflect your personality and be like very compatible to you, or be the exact opposite if you lacked balance. So both of my ideas for like my compatible one and my opposite I have books on my TBR already from TBR Star Hop. So I would like your help. I need to read both of these anyways, but which should my animal companion be? Firstly, I was thinking a deer, because like how cute is that? That's very compatible. I feel like who I'm thinking I am is a little green earthling, you know, grass, flowers, maybe some antlers, and that's why my familiar is a deer. Gardening, I love gardening. So that's why I was thinking that. And as gruesome as this is, which is probably not what G meant, this is like a deer skull with antlers, you know? So this could count. Or my other idea was like the exact opposite, which I thought would be like kind of dark, spooky, cranky, yet still very smart. So I feel like we could get along. And I thought maybe like a raven. The Ravenhood series. Ravens on the cover. I mean, this is much shorter, but I need to read both of them anyways. So both of these are getting read this month. I just need to like actually decide on what my familiar for Orilium is going to be. G did say they should be small. So like maybe it should be like, would a deer work? I don't know. I'm rambling. Other commitments. Another buddy read I have a commitment for is The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. That's waiting for me at the library. I need to go pick that up. I actually don't really know what this is about, except that it's a thriller. This is for Samantha March's book club, which is every other month as part of her YouTube membership. And that's what the group is reading, and I need to read that this week. The themed reading vlog that I still haven't finished, even though I've been filming it for 2 months. I need to read The Well of Ascension and vlog it. It's just that it's 800 pages. I am so excited to read this, but I feel like I'm putting pressure on myself this year to read more, which makes me scared of the bigger books, except I read these fast. So I don't know what my mental block is. I just need to get it done. I have no more excuses. This is like, you remember last TBR in February, my February TBR for Flock, which was, it was the 3rd month it was on a TBR. I said it needs to be read or else what? I'm not sure, but I said or else. That's what's happening here. This has been put off for like 6 months. Stupid. Lastly, I am in the middle of November 9 by Colleen Hoover. This is from the library. This copy is like super beat up. I feel like it's going to fall apart. I need to finish this like today so that I can bring it to the library tomorrow and like swap it with The Sundown Motel. I'm on page 133 of 307. So almost halfway. I'm reading it quite fast. I don't like this nearly as much as Ugly Lover Verity. It's very different than those 2 books so far. But those books are like 5 stars, even right from the beginning. And this one, I'm kind of like... So, that is my March TBR. I am a 5-6 book a month kind of gal, unless I really push myself, which I am really pushing myself this month. Let me hold it up for you. This is my March TBR. It's these ones that I'm scared of. Okay. Clearly, I have a very big reading month ahead of me. So far, I'm on track, at least. I do need to pick up the pace a little bit, but I have been working on it. So fingers crossed I'm able to get through it. Let me know in the comments down below what you are reading in the month of March. I would love to chat with you. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you at my next one. Bye.